Hi, Ethan. Thanks for doing this today. Hope you're doing well. This is going to be the first time you're going to be facing Gregg Berhalter. Of course, he was your national team head coach way back when the inaugural Nations League. What was it about Greg that gave you confidence to be a strong player for the national team, and of course, called your number when Zach Steffen was injured in that second half for that match in the final?
Yeah, it would be really nice to see Greg again. I haven't seen him in quite a while, so it would be nice to see him. But no, he's a great guy. He did an amazing job with us. He did an amazing job with us as a group to you know like the meaning behind what it takes to be a national team player, not just to play for ourselves, but to play as one. And like he really did an amazing job of bringing us together as a family. And we all come from, say, take the World Cup squad, 26 guys, 26 different backgrounds. So he did an amazing job making sure that we all understood each other as one. And yeah, like I said, did a really, really good job of, we were like one big family, and as we like to call it back then, a big brotherhood. We all looked out for each other. Yeah, and going back to that night, it's amazing, amazing feeling. It was something I'll never forget, and it means a lot to me. When you never want to see your colleagues go down like that. But it given me the opportunity, and I was able to take it and contribute and help the boys out.
Go back to Dan.
Obviously, big game against Chicago this weekend. They've been doing very well in the Eastern Conference and the league this year so far. What do you have to be aware of when you're facing Chicago? Obviously, Hugo Kuipers is a big time player for them, and Joel Waterman on the back line for Chicago. What do you need to do to make sure that you can get a good result in Soldier Field and try to get rid of this winless streak you're currently on?
Yeah, Chicago's a good team, good at home, like you said. But we're not gonna change who we are or our approach to the game. After the last game, Michael said we're not gonna change anything. So we're gonna still go out there. We're still gonna attack the game. Still gonna be ultra aggressive. But yeah, like you said, we have to take care of, like you said, Hugo. My good friend I know there, Phil Zinkernagle outside. So yeah, they have good players. They have speed. They're a quite big physical team. So we're not gonna shy away from that. We're gonna go out. We're gonna attack the game head on, and try to give Chicago a really tough time in a really tough game that they haven't been in before.
I don't see any more hands for Ethan. Do we have any more questions? Go to Martine.
Hi, Ethan. Martin O'Donnell here for Bola VIP. Thank you for your time. Well, having played under Greg and now under Michael Bradley, what differences or maybe similar things do you see between them, and how much do you think maybe Greg has influenced Michael in this coaching career? Thank you.
I wouldn't say too much. Like I would say, coaching national team and club are two different things. Michael, within like the Red Bull program, everything's ultra aggressive. Everything's on the front foot. Whereas with Greg, we were also aggressive, but at times we were a bit more in block and pick and choose when to press and whatnot. Yeah, for me, they're two completely different coaches, two completely different styles. But with all that being said, still the same point to be like to bring a group together, to be a family and a brotherhood.
Next we go to Sean.
Good afternoon, Ethan. What are the best ways that a goalkeeper can provide leadership from the back?
For just taking my personal experience, to be very vocal in the back, to not shy away from the big moments, to lead the back line, to have a big presence back there, so that that you're not just your back line, but the team is comfortable and can look back and know that like they don't need to be scared or whatnot of what's behind them, that they feel comfortable. There's a keeper back there talking to them, leading them. which I think helps a lot because then they know like what's around them and can deal with different situations.
Next, we'll go to Dan.
Hey, Ethan. Obviously, 4 matches remaining before the World Cup break comes. What are you hoping for to finish off on a strong note in this somewhat first half of the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, 12 out of 12 would be unbelievable, But I mean, we like you said, 4 games left. It would be unbelievable. 12 out of 12, 10 out of 12, whatever you want to say. Um, but yeah, we just need to focus on Saturday first in Chicago, and then we'll take it from there. So all focus right now is just on Chicago.
Next, we'll go to James.
Thanks for the time, Ethan. Almost a third of the way through the season here for you back in the States. Just now that you've had some time to digest and really get used to the area, get used to playing in the league, just how would you say you've settled in and how are things progressing in that direction for you?
Yeah, I've settled in good. Like you said, coming in, I already did a full preseason, half season in England, so it's quite easy adjustment coming back here. Like they were in the preseason and I was already halfway done with the season, so adjusting that wise wasn't too bad at all. I would just say it was like the culture shock and getting used to everything back in the U.S. and having to drive everywhere for many minutes and. No, but I would say like the league is it's a good league and it's like on any given day anybody can beat everybody. You can't take just because one team's at the bottom of the table or has been struggling. You can't take that lightly that like anybody can beat anyone on any given day. So you need to approach every game as the same and because you never know what to expect just because one team's bottom of the table, they could come out and absolutely demolish you. So just to respect all the teams and because anyone can beat anybody in this league.